Guys, are you guys ready for the Monaco Grand Prix? We head to 5 red lights, and it's go for the Monaco Grand Prix. Albon and Giovinazzi on the front row. Kvyat, he gets bogged down. It's myself, Hamilton and Giovinazzi. Oh, Kvyat, there's contact. Me and Hamilton. Turbo 51 over here. I hope you're having a splendid day wherever you are in the world. Guys, we are back on the F1 2020 game, back in my team career mode, on our way to the most prestigious Grand Prix on the F1 calendar. We're heading towards the French Riviera for the Monaco Grand Prix. Guys, this is always a highlight on the calendar for me, even though Monaco is not one of my favorite tracks to drive. It's still a track that I always want to win at because of the prestige. Now guys, before you do anything else, go down below and drop a like on the video. It's only going to take you a nifty 2 seconds, and from my side, thank you very much. Now guys, heading towards our upgrades for this episode, you guys can see that we are actually we are now 3rd in chassis, 2nd in the power department, and 3rd in aero. Now Monaco, you don't need a good engine. You can literally be the worst engine on the grid, but as long as you've got some of the best aerodynamics and a stable chassis, you will do good around Monaco. So I was definitely looking at some chassis and upgrades, but more to the aero for this. The chassis being in 3rd place, that is fine by me, but the aero upgrade to me was the most important, so I go for a rear downforce upgrade, which if it comes in, will make us the most powerful downforce car on the grid. So we will be the best when it comes to aero. But let's just hope the upgrade comes in before we head towards Monaco. Now heading on through the calendar, guys, oh damn, the rear wing flap failed. Okay, it's fine. So we're heading into Monaco, being the 3rd best car in aero. That doesn't dim my spirits, guys. We can still do well around here, but Red Bull and Mercedes always show up when we head to Monaco. So we really need to make sure that we are ready for them and that we really tune the car as best as possible, well, as good as possible. But guys, before you do anything else, quickly pause the video. Go down in the description down below. Check out those links there, especially the links to me and iiTzAssassins' new channel that is finally up and running, guys. Channel's been doing fantastic. Thank you for all the support over there. If you guys are supporting me there from this channel. And as you guys can see, heading towards Monaco, we're running 110 AI. Yep. You heard that right, 110 AI, max AI. So yeah, also make sure to follow me on social media. Links are also in the description down below. Now guys, heading towards this weekend for Monaco. Now always around Monaco, the thing is, this track, it sometimes feels that the barriers have magnets, and the thing about this track is you need to get as close as possible to the barriers to get a good time around this track. So this track always bites back really, really hard. But before we head into practice, let's look at the performance chart for this weekend. Mercedes are still a solid P1 with us in a solid P2. Then P3 till P5 is fought over by Red Bull, Racing Point and Renault, who are on the upgrade. Well, on the way to upgrading their car. Then you've got McLaren P6, AlphaTauri followed closely behind in P7. Alfa Romeo Racing is in P8 with Haas P9, and Williams are nearly with Haas in P10. So keep an eye on that Williams car. Maybe they catch Haas before the end of the season or anytime soon. You guys see heading through the famous Monaco tunnel. We had a few bloopers in practice, I'm not going to lie. Heading towards the Noval chicane. Beautiful run through there, but as we get to the second part, the car hops over that middle part of the chicane, and I make a slight bit of contact with the wall through the second part of the chicane. You guys are going to have a better look at it now. First entry, very well done. Then that little hop there, and I put the power down too early, and I just nipped the barrier. No damage to the car whatsoever, so that was not too bad, but it's a blunder that I need to watch out for in the race, because that curb does tend to bounce you. And you can't run too soft suspension here around Monaco. Oh, that's a bad one. You guys are going to see, I had a slide through Sandavot, which is the first corner's name, and then I nipped the barrier with my left rear wheel, and that just pulled the car towards the barrier. It's mistakes like these that really can cost you badly in the race. So I just really need to be careful because Monaco, unfortunately, it's the hardest track to drive on the F1 calendar, in my opinion, and yet it's the track that needs the most amount of perfection when it comes to every single lap. You need to be perfect here because a mistake will cost you. End of story. But guys, without further ado, let's head straight to qualifying. Guys, heading in towards qualifying, you guys know in career mode we only do one single quali session, as actually through the swimming pool section there we have a little bit of a tap on the wall on the outside. Luckily, once again, nothing breaks. I think we might have a little bit of front ring damage, but that's not the end of the world. We head towards the end of the lap, hug the inside wall, come across. Oh my word, I thought I was going to ram Verstappen there. Luckily, the game ghosted him, but that was a heart attack and a half. Coming through for our second lap, guys, it's a good improvement, but only by 0.2. And here is where I messed up qualifying super bad. As we start our third lap, well, you guys can see I rushed to the pit lane, but there was rain forecast for the rest of this quali session. And even though I rushed towards the pit lane, I didn't have enough time to get, well, I got enough time to strap on a second set, but literally, you guys are going to see as I start my final lap in quali, the rain started to come down. Now at this stage, I was really mad at myself because I still had about 2 to 3 tenths to gain in the final sector. The first 2 sectors were absolutely hooked up. Yet that final sector I wasn't confident in, not even a little. So you guys see, new set, I immediately go out.
Best lap so far is at 1:09.2. Everyone ready? Okay, let's go.
And as you guys will see now on the screen, you will start to see the raindrops falling from the sky. As you guys see there on the screen, it just drops, and this just cost us our lap completely. You guys can already see, just heading through the first few quarters, I'm a little bit up on time. Then we come to this very tight section where the famous Monaco hairpin is, and here I just lose loads and loads of time because I couldn't get the power down. And heading towards the end of the lap, you guys see a half a second down. I head through this spot, and then I just binned it.
Understood, stopping this lap.
Yeah, you guys can see I pushed really hard because guys, at this stage, I was so mad at myself.
Okay, we can take you this lap.
Thank you, Jeff. I was so mad at myself because I knew the rain was coming.
It's time to remind ourselves of our top 3. Albon, Giovinazzi and Daniel Kvyat. With qualifying wrapped up, we now have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race.
Albon, Giovinazzi and Kvyat are the first 3 cars. What just happened? Okay, but guys, like I said, I was so mad at myself because I knew the rain was coming, but still I went for it. So yeah, guys, we are on the back foot for this Monaco Grand Prix.
A proper road race, and in the true meaning of the word. That was how Mr. Monaco, the late great Graham Hill, once described this iconic event. The cars we drive have come a long way in the intervening half-century, but still we race on those same public roads beside the Mediterranean Sea. There's no victory more coveted than that of the Monaco Grand Prix. The astonishing Circuit de Monaco is, for all intents and purposes, virtually unchanged since its inaugural race back in 1929. The faster cars of today, though, ensure the 19 corners past the casino and along the seafront remain as thrilling as ever. A 2.1-mile lap here takes us around an entire country, yet never more than inches from the race-ending barriers. With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Alexander Albon will lead us away from pole position, edging out Antonio Giovinazzi, who'll start from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Kvyat, Hamilton, Parker and Bottas, Vettel, Ricciardo, Ocon and Charles Leclerc, Stroll, Verstappen, Lando Norris and Perez, Russell, Raikkonen, Pierre Gasly and Nicholas Latifi. Sainz and Kevin Magnussen fills the last spot on the grid. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
Jeff, that is the idea. But guys, we've really got a tough battle ahead of us. And guys, you guys can see I'm going to go for the one-stop strategy from the softs to the mediums. There's no point in running the hards at this race. It's absolutely useless. We're going to go for a light car to try and extend that first stint a bit. But we will see how things go. We're just really going to have to be on our toes because we are not starting where we would want to. And yeah, we've got a few slow cars ahead of us, and overtaking here is already very hard. But without further ado, jam with me on the formation lap. Oh yeah. Guys, are you guys ready for the Monaco Grand Prix? We head to 5 red lights, and it's go for the Monaco Grand Prix. Albon and Giovinazzi on the front row. Kvyat, he gets bogged down. It's myself, Hamilton and Giovinazzi. Oh, Kvyat, there's contact. Me and Hamilton on the wall. It's only 117 meters towards the first corner. Oh no, safety car. Safety car. Guys, Kvyat didn't get off the line, and then myself and Hamilton came alongside him, but everything happened so quickly. You guys can see Hamilton gets a better launch than Kvyat. I get a fantastic launch, and then through here, that part where Kvyat jolted to the left-hand side startled me, and that just caused me to completely forget about Hamilton on my outside. I squeezed Hamilton into the wall. He started to send me into a spin, but as I tried to counter steer back into the corner, Kvyat just mounted the curb on the inside, and then there was no place for him or myself to go. And that is probably the most terrible Monaco start I have ever had. I've got my hands on my face. I feel like an idiot. You guys can see I get a fantastic launch. Kvyat blocks me, which he is totally intended to do. But that little jolt to the left, and then he just basically bounces over the curb right into me. That was just a recipe for a disaster. Guys, look at this. There, Kvyat jolts to the left. Look at that. He jolts there left. That is when, he jolts to the right, but before that he went to the left. That's when I go to Hamilton's side of the track. I actually squeeze Hamilton into the wall, and there, when I try to counter steer the oversteer, Kvyat just has nowhere to go, as well as myself. And then because Kvyat forces me into the wall, Hamilton is still on my left-hand side, and we've got nowhere to go except the tire barrier. Well, actually, we hit the normal Armco barrier. But, oh no. Guys, we might just have ruined our race. We are wingless. Hamilton has got half a front wing. And here you guys can see, it's still safety car. Albon leads the way from Giovinazzi and P2. and P2. Kvyat is still in P3 as far as my understanding goes. Yes, he is. Valtteri Bottas resumes now in P4. Then, I can't do this right now. Then you've got my teammate Vettel in P5. Guys, I'm speechless to what happened there on the first lap. In the first corner. So Vettel's P5, then P6 I think it's Esteban Ocon or Ricardo, I'm not sure. It's Ocon P6. Myself at P7, and as you guys can see, I haven't yet come into the pit lane. Now here is my 200 IQ play. You guys know, you have to complete a full lap on one of your tire compounds before you are allowed to swap to another tire compound if you want to to go with that rule of you have to use both tyre compounds.
This lap, then come into the pits at the end of this lap. Confirmed. We'll receive you at the end of this lap.
Okay, guys, this is the rule in F1 states you have to use at least 2 of the 3 tyre compounds during the race, but you have to complete a full lap on a compound to make that compound count. So, if I came into the pits at the end of lap 1, I would have to pit again in this race later on, just like Hamilton will have to. Now I've used that tire for 1 lap, even though it was under safety car, it's still legal, and now I'm onto the hard tires, which I know I'm not going to have any tire grip those final 10 laps, but I know they are able to make it to the end of the race. So I'm not stopping again. This is Monaco. You already struggle to overtake here, and this is the only way that I could see myself scoring points. All of these guys have to pit again, and in any case, even if I pitted at the end of lap 1, I still would have come out in last place, maybe just ahead of Lewis Hamilton. So P19, P20, really, what's the point? I was going to be at the back of the grid, so there was no, going against it. I was going to do it. So now you guys can see I'm the only car to not pit again in this race, and now we are back to green flag racing, back to racing here in Monaco, and now we need to try and salvage some points. Guys, remember, all these cars ahead of us are on quicker and soft, on fresher and softer compounds of tires, so they will be quicker. I was just going to nurse these tires because I knew now that I needed to take them. What's that? The safety car came in at the end of lap 3, so lap 4 of 39. You can do the maths. 35 laps, actually 36 if you count lap 4. 36 laps on 1 compound of tire. How the hell am I going to do that? I do not know, but only time will tell. So you guys can see I'm still in last place. I'm stuck behind Hamilton and Nicholas Latifi in the Williams. And here, Latifi was holding up Hamilton so badly, I couldn't sit behind Hamilton anymore. I mean, guys, Hamilton is on fresher soft tires, which is about a second and a half a lap quicker than the hards around this track. But as you guys can see, heading to the Monaco hairpin, Hamilton just leaves the outside door open. I go around the outside to the inside for the next double right-hander, and that is us up into P19. Why am I excited for P19? We are fighting for the wooden spoon. Here we go on Latifi, just the very next lap, up the inside. Latifi actually gets a bit of a fight there, but he just has to concede the position, and that is us up into P18 of the Monaco Grand Prix. About 2 laps later, we catch up onto the back of the second Williams of George Russell. And heading into this next spot, you guys can see I'm going to do exactly. Oh, this is not Russell. That is the Haas, I think, of Roman Grosjean. And then you guys can see, same as Hamilton, right around the outside. That is actually Kevin Magnussen, not Grosjean. And up the inside for the next corner. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful move. And now we head on board here. This, I think, is Carlos Sainz. Yes, it is the number 55, Carlos Sainz. I'm right behind Carlos. Once again, outside, just keep the car going, squeeze them to the inside, and they just leave the door wide open for this next corner. But Sainz actually fights me much harder than anybody else thus far. And now we head towards the Monaco tunnel. And okay, here comes Sainz. Can somebody please help me? Sainz! He goes to the inside. We are too wide in the Noval chicane. We leave him the space. He leaves us the space, but we squeeze him out through the Noval chicane, and that is us now up into P16, now chasing after Kimi Raikkonen. You can see this is now Valtteri Bottas, who is still stuck behind Kvyat and Giovinazzi. Albon has absolutely bolted, and he is almost a shoo-in to win this race now. Bottas is coming into the pit lane to strap on a set of hard tires like myself, which I think is a mistake because the mediums will make it to the end if you can take the softs long enough. But clearly, Valtteri is going for the undercut on Giovinazzi and Kvyat because I'm sure he would like to go and chase after Alex Albon in that Red Bull. You can see here comes Lewis. Will Valtteri come out behind Lewis? I think he will, but he's going to be in a nice amount of clean air. So Valtteri might just have played, has played a very good card to even get ahead of this man, the race leader, Alexander Albon. And I think Red Bull are just doing this to make sure that they cover up Valtteri Bottas, because this is the next lap, and here comes the race leader Albon over the softs, and like I said, guys, onto the medium, so they are definitely playing the defensive game against Mercedes. My teammate is in, Giovinazzi is in, Kvyat's in. The things are going very crazy here in Monaco. There we go, onto the mediums. Now we jump aboard with ourselves. We go for try move on Raikkonen. We try a switch back into the final corner after RacerZ. There we go. We squeeze Raikkonen out. What a move there. Up the inside of the final corner. There's not really space for 2 cars. There's Albon. Wait just a minute. Okay guys, besides our bonkers move at the final corner and me and Kimi Raikkonen not even touching each other, we just went ahead of Alexander Albon, who is now in P11. Do you guys realize what this means? We're not pitting again. We just took the net race lead. That can't be possible. Our pace was terrible behind all these slower cars. That does not make sense at all. Okay. So I'm officially back in this race. But once again, I have to take these tires to lap 39 and I strapped them on the end of lap 2. We had 1 lap under safety car. So you can basically say, I need to take these tires for 36 laps. I just made this so much harder for myself. But guys, we are in the net lead. We are in the net lead. As soon as everybody pits, we will be in first place. There's no doubt about it. And Bottas is stuck behind Hamilton. I can tell you guys that Bottas did jump Giovinazzi and Kvyat. So he is now in net P2. But he is stuck behind Hamilton and those Williams that I overtook earlier. Here you guys can see I'm now right behind Sergio Perez in the racing point. But guys, at this stage, I was just like, what is happening? I'm leading the Grand Prix, basically. And now we need to make sure Albon is right behind me, that we try and bridge a gap while we still got traffic to use against Albon. You guys see, once again, around the outside, I do not know why I love that move so much. But up the inside of Sergio Perez, we open up the door for Alex Albon to do exactly the same. But let's see if Alex can get the move done on Sergio. The Mercedes engine in the back of that racing point is stronger than the Honda one in the back of the Red Bull. And Perez defends beautifully from Albon there. You guys see now we are behind the second Alpha Tauri of PA Gasly. We try the same move we did with Raikkonen, going for the switchback at RacerZ into the final corner. Gasly gives me a lot more problems than Raikkonen. We do have a little bit of rubbing there. Luckily nobody broke something, but Gasly gave me no room whatsoever, and now he's under attack from Perez and Albon. I've gotten the move done. I'm going chasing after Russell, but now Perez and Gasly, they're just scrapping away. Perez around the outside, Gasly on the inside. Gasly is hanging on for dear life after I made that final corner dive bomb. I felt that was a fair move, guys. But still, I can see why Gasly gave me the squeeze. That is very last second. But here we go. They are still side by side to head towards the Monaco hairpin. Perez can't seem to get the drive that I get through that corner, but still he gets the move done on Pierre Gasly, and that is Checo up another position. We are now right behind the Williams of Russell. As we head through this next part, we are at the hotel section. Going to drop down now to the Monaco hairpin section. Here we go over this little crest, a little bit of oversteer, but we go for the massive dive up the inside of Russell. Russell tries to come back at me. Is it just me, or are both the Williams drivers really punchy today? GG's Williams, these guys really want to get points. But we are through on George Russell. Now the new race leader after the leaders came to pit. Charles Leclerc in the second Haas is into the pit lane. Here comes Charles off of the mediums onto the hards. If I were Charles, I would have gone onto the softs, because the softs will make it to the end with lighter fuel. But now you got to see, this is now the second Red Bull of Max Verstappen, who is absolutely nowhere in this Grand Prix. Don't ask me why, but Verstappen was non-existent in this Grand Prix. He had a terrible qualifying. I think he had a penalty at the beginning of the race. I'm not exactly sure. But Verstappen is in, Norris is in, and now basically, guys, we are going to see where these guys shuffle out, and we will see what the pecking order is after all the pit stops have been done. And as you guys can see, on my steering wheel, it says that I have to come into the pit lane, but I'm going to stretch it out. I'm staying out because these tires, I know they can make it to the end, and I am leading the way of the Monaco Grand Prix after I should have been out after the first corner. Albon is chasing after me in P2 on fresher medium tires. Then in P3 we've got Bottas, who has dethroned Giovinazzi and Kvyat of their podium positions, as well as myself. Then you've got Vettel P6, you've got Ocon P7, Ricciardo is in P8 for Renault, so it's a solid point scoring day for Renault. Then, it's Ricciardo P7, Ocon P8. Then you've got it's Stroll. Yes, it's Stroll in P9, and Sainz is in P10. So that is your top 10. But guys, once again, I'm leading the Monaco Grand Prix. After the end of the first corner on the first lap, I had no front wing. I was in P20. dead last after the safety car restart. And oh no, Charles Leclerc, the leader of this Grand Prix for a stage, is out of the Monaco Grand Prix thanks to some sort of failure within that car. Charles is out of the Grand Prix as now we head on board with the Renault here of Daniel Ricciardo as he is stuck behind my teammate who's stuck behind both. Oh no! No, he's no longer stuck, guys. The Renault of Ricciardo is going slowly and at a very tricky spot on the track. He's going slowly at the hotel section. This might be a second safety car and that will absolutely screw me over. If it is safety car, guys, I will pit. I'll go on to soft, but no. Okay, he pulled out of harm's way at the very famous, basically Rosberg corner. If you watched F1 in 2016, you guys will know why that is the Rosberg corner. It was virtual safety car, guys, but not a full safety car. So there was no point in us pitting. We would have lost too much time. But here you guys can see, as the virtual safety car is ending, I tried to catch Albon napping, and I just bolted at the end of the virtual safety car. But Alex Albon is reading me like a book. And there is nothing I can do. There is the stricken Renault of Ricciardo still, but they feel the car is in a safe position, so we are back to green flag racing. But now, guys, at this stage I was already starting to feel the grip levels were second to none for my Ferrari, and this is a proper mad battle for the Monaco Grand Prix. Albon is fighting for his first ever win. Oh, in F1! At the Nobel chicane, Albon around the outside of myself. Even Bottas has caught up to the rear of us because that's how slow I am. Oh, Albon just gave me a freaking heart attack. Luckily we defend, but Albon is on a mission, guys. He wants to do anything and everything to try and get past this Ferrari of mine. But I am basically playing the part of a mobile chicane, and Albon already at a track where it's so hard to overtake, can't seem to do anything. But guys, also, I tapped the barrier! No. So Albon tries to avoid me. He thought I was going round there. Luckily, I keep a hold of my car. But here we go. Albon is going to go for the move on the inside. We are now on the back foot. We break. Oh my great goodness. How did me and Albon not make contact there? That is just pure luck from my side. But guys, as we end the third to last lap, we start the penultimate lap of the Monaco Grand Prix, and you guys can see the train behind me, how absolutely horrendously slow I am. You've got Albon P2, Bottas P3, Kvyat P4, Giovinazzi P4, Kvyat P5. All these guys are on my rear end, and moves can be made now on the final two laps because I am just that slow. I'm short shifting through the corners. I am trying just to easily put the power down to not spin the rear tires. My tires are absolutely shot. We've got 2 laps to go, and yet still Alex Albon has not been able to get past me, which I'm totally proud of. Don't get me wrong, I am proud of that. As I fast forward a bit there, actually that was just the recording system going wonky. But nothing happened luckily through the famous Monaco tunnel. But now through the swimming pool section, you guys can see Albon is literally sniffing my gearbox oil. He wants this so bad, and I can't forget about that Black Panther in P3, the number 77 Mercedes of Bottas, because if I make one mistake, he will also pounce. We now start the final lap of the Monaco Grand Prix.
Final lap of the race.
Thank you very much, Jeff. And now, guys, it is all or nothing for myself, Albon, and Bottas. We now need to push with everything we've got up into the hotel section. Here we go. Albon is right there. Like, guys, I can literally see him in my mirror in the top left. You guys can see my mirror, a little icon. Albon is literally the size of Jupiter in that mirror. But whatever he does, he can't get the move done. And even through the hairpin, you guys can see I take a wide line through the hairpin to make sure that he can't do that outside dive that I've been doing earlier in the race. That I had done earlier in the race. Now it's crunch time. Through the Monaco tunnel, you guys can see Albon is engaging overtake mode. But I've saved all my fuel and ERS possible for this little straight. And yes, we defend. But like I always say, don't celebrate until the fat lady has sung. Now heading into the back, into the swimming, there's through to back, into the swimming pool section. Don't mess this up. You guys can see my tires are absolutely dying. Guys, damage on the front right end of the front wing. That's just a glitch. I didn't have front wing damage. But here we go. Into race gas. The understeer is abysmal. Through the final corner. How have we done this? 200 IQ plays at Monaco. We win the most prestigious Grand Prix on the calendar.
Nice work. That's P1. Race win. Well done.
Yes! Sì ragazzi! Oh, mi senti? Mi senti? Grazie, 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 dai, forza Ferrari!
Grand Prix. We were on the edge of our seats the whole time, but they've come through to take a stunning victory. Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today. What set them apart from
Success was keeping throwaway wins.
And here we are, a team that is no stranger to the podium, taking their place on top once again. A sublime race today and a stunning win for Ferrari. Let's have a look then at the drivers' standings. Parker increases their championship lead. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
Carlos Sainz certainly wasn't someone to scoff about. His ability to follow race strategies throughout with pinpoint precision has to be commended.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Ferrari continued to extend the gap at the top of the table. There was also a strong showing from the McLaren team today as they make their way up the standings. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
That should not have happened. Guys, just quickly get this in your head, and I'm not trying to be rude, but let's just quickly think about this. By the first corner on the first lap, I was front wingless. I had no front wing. Myself and Hamilton were buried in the walls. I stayed out an extra lap on my softs without a front wing because we were under safety car, so we couldn't drive fast, we were driving slow, so I wasn't obstructing anybody. Came in on lap 2 and took my hard tires 36 laps at racing speed. Yes, there was a virtual safety car, but still, it's not a full safety car. You still wear your tires a little less, but you still wear your tires under a virtual safety car. Guys, I am absolutely speechless. We should not have won this Grand Prix. The fact that that Albon had such bad pace, well, the leaders had such bad pace on their soft tires after this, and we were stuck in traffic with Hamilton and the Williams, the Haas's, the McLarens. We still won this Grand Prix. I think, honestly, it was just luck. But still, I have won one of the Grand Prix that I want to win the most, the Monaco Grand Prix. It's not one of my favorites. I want to win this race because of the prestige and because it's such a damn hard race to win. But we have done it in our second season for Ferrari. In my dream team, my favorite team in Formula One, we take the most prestigious win on the Formula One calendar. There's not a better feeling than this unless you win the World Championship. I have to be honest. But guys, that has been this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for staying till the end. We were kept on our toes constantly throughout this race, but it has been bloody fantastic. Guys, make sure to drop a like down below on the video. I don't know what to do more on my videos to make you guys like them. I mean, my videos really, every single one is more action-packed than the previous, so I don't know what to do anymore. So just drop a like and stop thinking about it. Just do it. Just do it. Guys, make sure to check out the link in the description down below, or the links in the description down below. Please go follow me on social media, share this video with your friends, and I will give you a shout out here on YouTube as well as on social media. Make sure to go check out RacerZ Watch Gaming, our second channel. Once again, thank you for all the support over there. We really do appreciate it. Go subscribe to that YouTube channel. It's not racing content, it's a little bit more laid back. I'm sure you guys are gonna love it. Make sure to follow that channel's social media pages as well to be up to date with everything that's happening on RacerZ Watch Gaming. And finally, if you haven't done it yet and you are new to the channel, what are you doing? Hit the subscribe down below and don't forget to ding that bell. I love you guys and I'll see y'all next time. Thank you for watching. Cheers! Woo!